Boop. One, two, three. Alrighty then. Surprise! I decided to do a surprise strum. And we're going to blow this joint up because where's my chat? Yeah. We are finally doing Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I am 2 years late to the game. And oh shoot, let me get rid of this. Oh, I've got everything going wrong today. Everything is wrong. I am doing everything wrong. Okay. Let me lower this a little bit. Put it over here. I think you can still hear me. Yes, you can. Yeah, baby. We are doing Microsoft Flight Sim. And I'm gonna pull this audio down just a little bit. And yeah, we're going for it. So I was just gonna do this just off the cuff, and then at the last second, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and stream it. So I won't be on long because I want to start. Well, I'll be on for a little bit. Let me tell my pal that I'm streaming. So I've got the honeycomb alpha and bravo. I've got my MFG crosswinds rotor pedals, and I'm actually in the game right now. I'm in the sim right now. And I'm just gonna go for it. So, anywho, let's just do it, okay? Not a fancy stream today. Ooh, should I put on a hat? Should I put on a flat hat? Yes, I'm gonna put on a hat today. Hold on. Put my New York hat on. Oh boy, I should have turned my... Alright, make sure my track IR is set proper. That's all discombobulated now. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna do it. And as you can see, I'm already in the sim. And we're just gonna fly, Robin, fly. Why isn't my chat? Is my chat not working? My chat scene? Oh, there it goes. Okay. The one on the stream, the little one in the lower left corner wasn't showing anything, but it is. Okay. We're gonna just do flight training. Okay, looks like the game audio is going over. Alright. Basic handling. 0 mastered. Let's do it. And I don't have anything set up Well, it has the basic stuff set up on the Alpha and Bravo, but let's see. Start with basic controls and cameras. Okay, here we go. Okay, in this first lesson, we'll focus on the basic simulator controls that that will help you manipulate your aircraft. Adjust camera positions both inside and outside the cockpit, interact with instruments, and open the toolbar menu. Opening the toolbar menu during flight, interacting with the camera panel via the toolbar, using the cursor to highlight and interact with the cockpit instruments, creating, saving, and accessing custom camera views. Training duration 5 minutes. Okay. Ooh, do I get to choose my aircraft? No, I'm not gonna fuck around with that. Let's just do it. Ooh, here we go. Oh my god. We're doing it. We're doing it, baby. Ugh. Get comfy in my seat here. I even raised my seat up, my office seat up, to get to the controls a little bit better. That they're a little more, because hooking them to my desk, they were like up here in my face, kind of. Now they're kind of down here. Okay, runway elevation 4,830 feet. Oh. Alright, I guess I gotta hit this. Let's see how this performance really is.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor.
Hello, Jess.
For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 152. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode. The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the basic controls panel.
Open the basic controls panel in the toolbar.
The basic controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar.
Open the camera panel in the toolbar. Oh, here it is.
The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. Right now, we are in the external view mode. Let's switch to cockpit view next.
Switch to cockpit view, pressing joystick button 3, or using the camera panel.
In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you'll be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So let's hide the yoke for now.
With the cursor, point the yoke and click it. With the cursor, point the yoke and hide it by pressing.
Some instruments allow
you gotta
multiple
hit it at the
interactions.
base.
For example, rotating a dial clockwise or counterclockwise. In these cases, you need to lock the cursor onto them in order to interact. For example, take a look at the clock in the middle of the dashboard. Go ahead and lock the cursor on it.
Lock the cursor, lock the knob Not the clock knob pressing the... Oh, here.
Now change the clock time.
Change the clock time. Mouse wheel up or down.
You can unlock the cursor once you're ready. For now, we're done with the cursor, so go ahead and hide it. All right, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside.
Move the camera using left, right, up, down.
Pro tip, once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get back to that view anytime.
Okay, save a shortcut. Control Alt 1.
Now, reset the camera to its original position. Then try switching to your custom one again.
Joystick button 2. I believe that's that one. Okay. Thought so. Press Alt 1 anytime to call your custom camera. Oh, okay. So you know what? I'm going to... I'm going to do this. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Alt 1.
All right, that covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation. Try to familiarize yourself with them a bit more. Then reset the camera to its original position whenever you're done.
Joystick button 2.
Great.
I didn't really do that very well. I was farting around too much. Alright, let's go next. Learn about camera, blah, 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 blah. I almost want to do that one over again. But I can go back to it. Training menu. %, mastered. Okay. Aircraft essentials. Learn about yoke and reading basic instruments. Okay, training. Getting familiar with the aircraft main controls and instruments. The yoke to control the ailerons and the elevator. Rudder pedals to control the rudder and steering on the ground. Throttle and RPM indicator, tachometer. Airspeed indicator and altimeter. Training duration 4 minutes. Let's fly! Baby. One aileron, 2 flaps, 3 rudder, 4 elevator, 5 trim elevator. Rudder, okay, well. Okay, here we go again. Oh, excuse me.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 152, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator.
Look at the horizontal. Shift. Look at the horizontal. Shift down, shift up. Really? Shift left. Right. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Um. Can I just click on that? I mean, I've done all this. Oh, I guess I can just hit it, right? No. Uh-oh. What? Oh, okay, there we go.
Nice.
Jeez. What the heck is going on there?
Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now, pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power.
Oh. Hold F3. Oh. Well. No. This is not working. Oh, hello there. How's it going? Oh, hey, Katie. Who's this other guy? Abu Bakar Wow. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here. I cannot pronounce that name. Thank you very much. And I say hello, Katie. All right, we've already got a an issue here. Hold F3 to increase. I'm holding F3, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. All right, so let's controls. Uh. Hmm. Oh, keyboard. F3, increase throttle. Hold F3. I've done all the old updates. I think I did. I have really fast internet. Um, you know what? But let's check. Let's end it. I can go back to that later. No, see, I didn't do any of these updates or anything like that yet. But all of these are all up to date. But I didn't do any of this stuff yet. I will eventually. I just wanted to get to the basic stuff. But not installed. What's not installed? Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like I think I'm good. In the profile. My logbook. Okay, these are these guys. Alright, well, I don't know, man. And this guy here, I've replaced this icon in my Xbox. I've done it already, like a couple times. And as far as my Xbox is concerned, I should have this robot head right here. See that? And it is not happening over here. This was the picture. When I was over here, I went into my thing, and this picture was here. And I went in and I said, I don't want that picture. I want another picture. So I put that picture in, restarted the game, restarted the sim, and it still just didn't, it hasn't taken. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I'll try to fix that later. Well, let's go back into flight training again. All right, let's just try it again. I mean, this is just a keyboard command. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, here we go. Oh. There we go.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 152, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns.
Remove the space.
Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons.
It's so funny how you can hear it.
Okay.
Hear it in the fuselage.
Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power.
You know what? You know what? I think I know what's wrong. My my Bravo is not being recognized. The throttle is, but the Bravo did not light up. Power management. Throttle. Oh, no, I was wrong. It is there. Throttle 2. Throttle 2. Oh, okay. No. I have to go like this. Oh, you know what? There we go. So up, I'm assuming that's increase and decrease. I wonder if that's what to do. Propeller. I'm going to reverse that one too, because that one looks wrong. Boom. Boom. Feather switch. And I don't think I have a mixture. Well, all I did was put in the throttle handles for single engine. I didn't do anything else. All right, let's apply and save, and go back, and go back. Push throttle by using the Y-axis. Oh, you know what? I did just do the X-axis. This is the X-axis. Yeah. There's nothing on the Y-axis. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear that input, validate, and then I'm going to do this one. Boom, X-axis, validate. All right, and I'm going to reverse it. Hopefully reversing is correct. Boom, boom. All right, I think I got it now, baby. F1, F11, I should say. Back. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And I was wrong. Do not invert that axis. I assumed, and don't assume. Okay, here we go. There we are. Oh. Alright, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Did I watch the... Oh, you linked the video to me? Where'd you do that? Where? It's a bug. They don't light up in... Oh, okay. Oh, a week ago. Oh my god. A week ago? I am assuming that you did it in Discord. On the 14th. Oh, okay, I'm almost there. Okay, there's Easter. Oh, custom switches. 5 configurations. Okay, there it is. All right, let's watch it together.
Both commercial and general aviation throttle levers, as you can see in this picture. In this video, I'll quickly show you how to configure Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 to utilize the various throttle configurations for the different types of aircraft in the game. The first thing that you need to do is go to the Options Controls menu. At the time of recording this video, there's a bug in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the default throttle quadrant setup. Essentially, throttle number 2 does not work. I posted another video how to fix this. I'll put that in a link above. After you fix the throttle bug, you'll wind up with a new profile. I named mine Complex Twin since the default profile is for a twin-engine GA aircraft. And here I demonstrate throttle number 2 working properly. There's one step that you're going to want to do before setting up the various throttle profiles, and that is assigning the Bravo switches to what you want them to control. We're using one master profile to create all of the others, so you'll be copying whatever switch configuration you have preset in your starting profile.
You know why? You know what I did?
The switch keybinds are exactly the same as the Alpha Flight.
You know what I did? I put it in the wrong slot. Yeah. I stuck the thing in the wrong slot. I put it in throttle 2. And I put this one in the next one. So let me cover that up. Just to watch the second one that you linked first. Okay. Custom switches. You want me to watch the custom switch one first? All right. Well, then let me come out of the sim then. End it. All right.
Switch, you have to turn it on and off real
See,
quick.
I actually had already started watching this one. All right, let's watch it from the beginning.
This video is a follow-up video to my YouTube video on the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, how to create various configurations for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. In that video, I said the following. There's one step that you're going to want to do before setting up the various throttle profiles, and that is assigning the Bravo switches to what you want them to control. We're using one master profile to create all of the others, so you'll be copying whatever switch configuration you have preset in your starting profile. By default, the switch keybinds are exactly the same as the Alpha Flight's yoke, beacon, landing, taxi, nav, and strobe lights. Since I already used the Alpha control yoke, it was unnecessary to keep the duplicate switch bindings. And that's pretty much all I said in my prior video about the switches. Since then, I've been asked several questions about how I set up my switches. So that's what this video is about. The first thing you have to do is decide exactly what you want the switches to be. And as you can see by my labels, you can tell what my switch...
All right, here, let's kill the sim all the way. And let's continue.
Switches are. And that brings up the first question. People ask me, how do I create the labels? I'm using a Brady BMP21.
I think I skipped over this because I don't have a label maker.
You can buy this label maker on Amazon for a little over $90. I'm using the black on white nylon.
I can use the one at work.
Tape. You can create wire labels, circuit box labels, vertical labels, horizontal labels, various font sizes. So it's a pretty useful label maker to have. So today I'll be in the Baron G58
Oh, just $90.
to go through various switch setups. The reason why I'm picking a complex twin is because if you refer back to my prior video, the complex twin is the master profile by which all other profiles are created from. So you want to set your switches here and then duplicate them as you create all the other profiles. So here we are inside the cockpit. Let's go down to view all the various switches here. Now the first switch I'm going to bind is anti-ice. So I'm going to go into the controls, and inside controls I like to search by name, and I'll type in the word ice. This brings up a list of all the things that I could bind this switch to that has the word ice in it. You can see there's a set anti-ice and toggle anti-ice. How do you know which one to use?
All right, do I need this for the initial training? I don't think I need this for the initial training.
And after I bind a switch, I like to toggle it on and off just to make sure it worked. On is white, off is dark. Now apply and save, go back to the cockpit, and look what happens when I toggle the switch on. This demonstrates the difference between a toggle switch and a set switch. A toggle switch is used when a key is just momentarily pressed, like pressing a key on a keyboard. The switches on both the Honeycomb Alpha flight yoke and the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant are always on switches, so when the switches are in the on position, they're constantly sending an on signal to the Microsoft Flight Simulator. So in order to use a toggle command with the Honeycomb switch, you have to turn it on and off real quick. This simulates the momentary press of a keyboard key. But the switches aren't supposed to be toggles, so let's set them up the proper way. So we'll go back to our controls menu, and in the search by name, type in ice, or at least attempt to type ice. There we go. And let's get rid of the toggle anti-ice. Clear the input, validate. Instead, we're going to choose set anti-ice.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll watch this stuff first.
I'll toggle it off and on a few times just to make sure it did bind correctly. Apply and save, and let's go back and see how it works. And as you can see, when you turn the switch on, the anti-ice stays on.
Yep, I missed it.
And in the search by name, type in ice, or at least attempt to type ice. There we go. And let's get rid of the toggle anti-ice. Clear the input, validate. Instead, we're going to choose set
okay,
anti-ice.
yeah, that one's kind of obvious. I might, okay, yeah.
And I'll toggle it off and on a few times just to make sure it did bind correctly. Apply and save, and let's go back and see how it works. And as you can see, when you turn the switch on, the anti-ice stays on. And likewise, when you turn the switch off, the anti-ice turns off as intended. Now, before I move on to bind the other switches, I wanted to just stop here and talk a little bit about the fact that it is possible to get the switches out of sync with Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh,
For example,
I've seen stuff like this
off,
before.
But I can manually flip that prop switch up. So it's out of sync, but quickly putting the switches up and then back down puts everything in sync again. And this is important to know because depending on how you start Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you're starting on the runway,
to work
everything
in
is
reverse
going to pretty
to
much
the
be
way
in
it
the on
does.
state.
Aha, okay.
And if you're starting in a cold, dark cockpit, everything's going to be in the off state. If you ever get out of sync with the simulator, it's easy. Just switch the Honeycomb switch to where it should be, and it will immediately be in sync again. Now the next switch I need to do is my windshield or window de-ice. And for some reason, this doesn't work as I was expecting. Again, I'm going to type ice into the search by name, and I'm going to look for, here we go, set windshield de-ice. I was expecting this to work. But when I applied and saved and I went back to try it in the cockpit, you can see the switch did absolutely nothing. I have no idea why, but there is a fix to this. Go back, and again we're typing ice, and let's get rid of the set windshield de-ice bind, and instead we're going to set windshield de-ice on, and we're going to set windshield de-ice off. And once again I'll toggle it off and on, and you can see how that reacts here. Now let's apply and save and go back to the simulator and see how it works.
Yay.
You can see now it works as intended. Now next up on my list is the pitot heat. So back to the controls menu and search by name and attempt to type pitot. There we go, pitot. And again go to the set pitot heat, and we're going to bind the next switch. Apply and save, go back to the simulator, and test to see if pitot heat works. And it does. So that brings us to switch number 4, which I've selected to be my cabin lights. So go to control, search by name, and type in the word light. Now you can see there's a whole bunch of different lights, instruments, autopilot, exterior lights. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to interior lights. And here we're going to choose set cabin lights. And once again we'll test to make sure that the switches work. So we apply and save, go back to the simulator, and I'm going to quickly change this to nighttime so we can test the lights here. Okay, it's nice and dark. And let's flip on the panel lights and the cabin lights. So my next switch is my fuel pump. So I'm going to search by name fuel. There's a lot of things that come up for fuel. I'm looking under the instruments and systems, and I'm looking for a set fuel pump. And as we scroll all the way down, you're not going to find a set fuel pump. So what are we going to select here? Well, scroll up, and I'm going to do a set electric fuel pump 1. But not only am I going to do 1, I'm going to set 2 to the same switch, and we validate even though we're getting the warning that it's used elsewhere. Number 3 and number 4. The reason why I'm doing this is for aircraft that have 4 separate pumps, we only have 1 switch, so I'm going to want all the pumps to come on with that switch. And because we bound multiple boost pumps to the switch, you can see the one switch actuates both the left and the right fuel pump here. Now if I just turn on one fuel pump, it's simply turning the switch on and off, and everything's back in sequence again. Okay, let's do the last 2 switches here. The next one up is the yaw damper. Search by name, type in yaw. Too many things come up with yaw, so I'll start to write damp, and there we go. Set yaw damper. The last switch is the parking brake, so I'll start by typing brake. You can see set parking brake is right here. And let's go back and make sure it functions properly. So that's the primary switches for the Bravo throttle quadrant.
At the end of the video, I'm going to go over a few of the unique customizations I made to some of my other button setups. The first thing I did was unbind the back course, or the REV button on the autopilot. Search.
All right. I'm gonna start the sim back up. Save those to the side. Get back inside and redo my When I set the parking brake the opposite way, is that when you go into the sim and all switches will be set the same way and the brake will be on rather than off. Oh, okay. Oh, yay, finally got my my icon. That took a while. Okay. So first thing I gotta do, I gotta set this thing back to throttle 1, because now that I actually have it in the throttle 1 position properly. Make sure it's in there. Looking at this reminds me of San Francisco, and I really should get back into playing whatchamacallit. Watch Dogs. I like playing Watch Dogs in the summer for some reason. I don't know what it is about playing Watch Dogs, and so like when the weather starts getting warm, it's like, okay, time to jump into Watch Dogs. So pretty soon I'm gonna start start streaming my Watch Dogs gameplay again, and I want to finish that off. Watch Dogs 2, I should say. All right, we're gonna go back into the training, or at least we're gonna try to figure out what's going on, why the throttle is freaking out. All right, options, controls, auto quadrant, power management, throttle. Okay. What we gotta do is we're gonna clear that. And then we're gonna go here. And we're gonna clear that. All right, and then we're gonna start scanning. There we go. Validate. Oh, yeah, throttle. Oh, that's why, because I had something in throttle decrease. That's what happened. Okay, and that decrease comes on because I pushed the throttle past the detent. Past the idle detent. Okay. So, let's go back into the training again. We gotta do it again, people. Alright, let's A little bit cloudy today, but the sun is trying to come out. So it's gonna get bright in here. I might close these blinds because when the sun comes in, I can't see this side because I have monitors that are like right under this window. But like I said, it's overcast, but sun is about to break through right there. But it's not really going to be sunny today at all. Let's try.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 152, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now, pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You'll find it on the right side of the dashboard.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Oh, okay. Shift.
This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left in the main instrument panel.
Oh, okay.
It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right side of the main instrument panel. The altimeter has 3 hands, similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals. And the long, thin one, 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
All right, all right. Another 10,000 points for me. I got an A. All right, let's continue on. Training menu. Familiarization flight. Familiarization flight. Okay, in this lesson, you will get familiar with the aerial surroundings of Sedona and perform some simple maneuvers under close supervision from your instructor. Quick view to look around. Smart cam to automatically focus on a point of interest, in this case Sedona Airport. Pitch up and down. Turns. Training duration 5 minutes. And when I'm off stream, I'll start looking at all the switches and doing all this, because I don't have a labeler, so I got to figure out how to do all that. I might just do whatever's defaulted on here, until I can figure out what kind of labels I can, maybe handwrite them or something. Okay, Sedona, Arizona, blah 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 blah. Off we go.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it? See if you can spot the Sedona Airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find. Okay, let's move on. We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. Alright, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first.
Oh, look at that meter. Look at that gauge right there outside on
As
the
a
way.
general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Okay. Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock already. Holy crap.
Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona. Excellent. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try.
I'm about to stall
That's
out
good.
here.
For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Go ahead. Gently pitch down. Next time, be a bit more gentle on the controls. Okay, time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction.
I have no power.
Excellent. Now that you're more familiar with the aircraft and the surroundings, the next step is to go deeper into handling and
I've got no
techniques.
power.
Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
Lady. She gave me control and there was like no power to the engines. I have to do that one again. Or maybe I still didn't set it up right. Back to main menu. Let's look at that again, because I think I may not have set up the throttle proper again. Okay, Bravo, power management, throttle. Propeller. Mixture. Oh, there's no mixture in this. What's this over here? Overtree crosswinds, track IR. Okay. Wow. Well, I don't know. There's the throttle. It's there, but it's not working. I want to try. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that training again because I want a good score. Let's do it again. I'm going to do it again. Ah, yeah, yeah. And then I'm going to start cooking dinner a little bit. How long have I been going? About hour and 4. I'll go an hour and a half, then I'll cut it. I'm happy though. I'm flying again. Well, I've been doing a lot of DCS, so I can't really say I haven't been flying. But I'm back in Microsoft Flight Simulator after many years. I got my Alpha and Bravo set up. I'm happy. I'm just gonna keep playing with it to get everything set up. Okay, let me shut up and fly.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good? First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it? See if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find.
Most relevant point of interest. Oh, that's 3. I was hitting the wrong button. Okay. I was hitting the wrong button.
There you go. Visual confirmation on the airport.
Okay. Okay.
We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. All right, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona. Make sure any control movements are soft and gentle. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try. Excellent. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Go ahead, gently pitch down. That's good. Okay, time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction.
So when I get control of the aircraft, my engine basically shuts off. Basic handling. Training. I can't see the chat right now. I can't see anybody's chatting. You crashed. Maybe I'll just hit F3 then. Alright, let's go and do this again. Weird, man. It's like...
I've got to say,
Look at that.
you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good? First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it? See if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find. There you go. Visual confirmation on the airport.
I gotta figure out why this,
We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. Alright, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona.
just wanted to check that out real quick. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on, but...
That's good. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try. Excellent. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Go ahead, gently pitch down. That's good. Next time, be a bit more gentle on the controls. Okay, time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction.
Yeah, right. My engine just quit. Okay. Two, bug can advance. Okay, installed? Yeah. Long. Just install FS 2020 2020 finally got lesson 2, step where you have to maintain altitude and adjust RPM. Oh, there's a brief cut on and the autopilot hands over the controls. Under no circumstances I have been told to add power to get the RPMs up. It's handed over with the RPMs below 500 at full throttle despite displaying. Inevitably the plane crashes. I mean, I can't pass the ascent phase. Go through descent phases. I have to view blah blah blah. Does anyone have? Did you assign the slider to the throttle? Yes. I'm using appropriate keys to set the throttle. I had my son-in-law run through the lessons. Lesson 1 went fine. Lesson 2, 7 minutes length. Quickly shut down the program at about 2 minutes. We restarted the program. Tried again. The same result. And the same result. I decided to affect the free flight. After a couple minutes of program, once again complete. Was just able to complete the mission without any issues. I had to take a guess. Likely you were having something bound to the mixture controls. Aha! Oh, is there something crawling on me? No. Mixture. Maybe I do have something in the mixture. That's bound. Ah la 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 la. Mixture. Throttle quadrant. Mixture. Oh. Joystick left, joystick right. Ah. Doesn't seem to be doing anything with any of these, so. Wait a minute. Mixture, joystick. Mixture axis 2. Control the mixture 2 axis. Control the mixture 1 axis. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be brave. Clear input. Validate. Clear input. Validate. Clear input. Validate. Clear input. Okay. Let's see if that makes any kind of difference. 11, go back. Let's do a quick free flight. Can I just jump into a plane and just do nothing? Oh, create a flight. Here we go. Oh. AAD. Oh. Where's Addison? ADS. Right by my house. And runway 33, runway. Oh, look at this. I think you need to watch the throttle video too. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, the throttle works. I mean, I will, do it, but I mean, nothing's working. I mean, even if I ignore the throttle and just do the keyboard, it pushes the throttle in and out, but it doesn't do anything. I say, okay, fine. I'm not going to use the throttle. You just use the F3 for the keyboard, and it pushes the throttle in and out, but it doesn't, like, the aircraft just loses power. He says, okay, she says, okay, I'm going to hand you the aircraft. She hands me the aircraft, and I lose engine power. That's what's going on. I don't think it's like I have anything not configured right. You know what I mean? I just, oh, now I have to start the engine too. I don't know how to start this damn thing. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. Here, let me reset this in piece. I just want to see how the throttle works. Let's. I don't think this has anything to do with setting up the Alpha and Bravo. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it does have something to do with setting up the Alpha and Bravo. Okay. This time I'm going to set up on the runway. So hopefully the engine should be running. One thing I can do, I can turn off the throttle in, I can just unplug the throttle and just use keyboard.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra ready for straight out departure at runway 33.
It works fine. I'm hitting those, oh, there it is. Full throttle. The throttle's working fine. $500 feet. Okay. Oh, it's 900 feet. I should have flown right over my house right about now. Uh-oh. What have I done? Oh, okay.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Addison Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
Okay, well, we know the throttle works. It works fine in this mode. I'm gonna try that training one more time and see what happens. If not, then I think that there's a bug in that in that training. Because I want an A. Okay, here we go. But maybe because I turned those two things off, maybe that's why it worked. Okay, let's see. If this works, I'll do this and then I'll cut out because I want to start dinner because I'm getting a little bit hungry. I like to eat early these days. Then I'll go back later tonight and I'll watch the rest of those videos and then mess around and getting all this set up.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying.
Oh, thank you.
This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good?
Okay.
First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today. This is Red Rock territory. Beautiful, isn't it? See if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find. There you go. Visual confirmation on the airport. We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude, the position it should be in for regular flight. All right, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Go ahead and try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona.
Ah, it's working now, baby.
Excellent. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try. That's good. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Go ahead. Gently pitch down. That's good. Okay, time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction. Make sure any control movements are soft and gentle. Now that you're more familiar with the aircraft and the surroundings, the next step is to go deeper into handling and techniques. Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
There. So I had something set on the yoke, on the throttle, that was turning the mixture off when I got control. And so I turned those things off and we're good to go. So there we have it. Yeah, I didn't quite do so well on the turns and the push up and down. I could probably do a little bit better. But I'm good with that. I got an A. Training menu. All right. So the next will be attitude pitch. But I think I'm going to stop here because I want to start prepping my dinner. Oh, I'm flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Finally, thank you very much. Okay. So that was just a quickie stream. I wasn't even going to stream it. I was just like at the last second, I was getting all set up. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you just go ahead and stream it? So I hit it. So I'm glad that everybody came by and took a look and watched me fly and make a fool of myself. I swear I'm better at flying than this, but it's just learning the sim itself. But I'm gonna be doing a lot more of this probably later tonight. I'm just probably gonna keep flying, just keep going through the training, just to get used to using the honeycomb and get used to the flight dynamics of the sim. The only time I ever flew, I only flew this a little bit because my boss brought flight sim into my job, and we have it actually set up perpetually in one corner of our office. He has a yoke. It's not a honeycomb, but he has a yoke set up, and I think he has rudder pedals down there too. Yeah, he has this yoke and rudder pedals, and it's just sitting there over in the corner on this one PC that we set it up on. And so I flew it around one day. We had like an overnight session at work once for like a hunting draw thing, and it happens like overnight through midnight and through the morning. So a whole bunch of us were there to do the draw, and if anybody was welcome to just come down and hang out. I didn't really have anything to do with the technical side or anything. You just invite people down just to hang out, and it was kind of like a fun night while they were in the conference room watching all the draw and controlling the draw, the hunting draw. And so I went down, and it was like at like 11 o'clock at night and stayed till like 3 in the morning. But my boss set up flight sim right outside that conference room, so I flew around in that. I just picked a Learjet, and no, it was a Citation jet, as a matter of fact, and I flew it around. I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of got up in the sky, but I've flown flight simulators enough to know what the heck I was doing a little bit. So I got up in the sky. I flew it. I flew out of did I fly out of Newark, or did I fly out of Newark, or I may have flown out of Teterboro, and I just flew. And so I know how to fly, you know, but I want to kind of go through everything step by step to get used to using Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. So I'm doing this as much to learn how Flight Sim 2020 works, as much as it is trying to get myself back to basic flights, because I've been flying helicopters and I've been flying F-14s, and it's like, you know, let's just get back into a single engine prop plane and get back to basics so I learn how to fly proper. Because if I'm going to be doing this on stream, if I'm going to be doing this on live servers, if I'm going to be doing this on VATSIM, which is what I really want to do eventually, I really got to get my flight techniques down proper, you know, and not just fly around, you know, like an idiot. So I'm kind of glad I'm going through this basic training here just to get myself back into proper flight procedures, just in general, and get comfortable with the honeycomb controls, mess around with the honeycomb throttle, Bravo throttle, getting it all set up, and messing with all that. So yeah, so I'm gonna make my way through all these trainings. That's just 8, right? 1 through 4, 7, 8. Yeah. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go through all these. I might keep streaming it. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to do anything with this, much less stream tomorrow. But we'll see during the week. I might come back to it, and I mean, I'll definitely do this, but I'll probably stream it here and there. But anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Katie, for poking me and nudging me in the right direction. I'm probably gonna go and watch those videos again tonight, and I'm gonna watch some TV shows. I gotta watch the next episode of Halo, and the next episode of Moon Knight is out, and I watch some other random stuff. I've been watching a show called Our Flag Means Death, which is pretty good. It's actually really funny. So I'll probably watch a couple episodes of that, and then maybe come back in here and mess around in this a little bit. So okay, that's it. Everybody, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your eyeballs. Thank you for your lurks. Katie, I will catch up with you. What's it? You are 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's like almost 11 o'clock for you. But we'll catch up. I'll chat with you. And I'm very happy that I got all this up and running. Very, very happy, thrilled. I love this this honeycomb stuff, and they're coming out with rudder pedals. What were they gonna call it? Delta? No, Charlie, duh. They're gonna come out with rudder pedals. I don't think I'll get them because I'm very happy with my MFG crosswinds, but you know, they're coming out with a whole ecosystem. So so the Charlie rudder pedals are gonna come out for honeycomb at some point soon. So I think that's pretty cool. That might be something for the future. Let me mess around with this window a little bit here. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it. Hopefully, I could coerce my friend Katie to start flying again. Because I'm flying. I think you could fly too. But I understand that you might not be in the mood to fly, so I'm just pulling your leg. But I have to blame you for really encouraging me and inspiring me to finally get this purchased and get my honeycombs set up. I bought the honeycombs like a year ago. They've been sitting here in a box like for a year. I've just been waiting to get Flight Sim 2020, and I only just bought it last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? No, last week. Was it Easter? Yeah, it was last week, Good Friday, because it was last week was payday, so I decided to do it on that payday. So I finally bought it only a week ago. So I'm 2 years late in getting it. That's just the way I am. I dilly-dally and I procrastinate and I drag my feet. But I wanted to grab it because I missed the last couple of sales. It was off. They had 20% off, and I wanted to get the ultimate, the ultimate pack. The what do they call it? The higher tier one, the 120, but 20% off. It was like $100. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. So I got it. And I'm in it, and I'm doing it, and I'm very happy. The controls feel really nice. The sim feels really nice. Like I said, I'm familiar with flying in the sim, but I only just kind of dabbled in it. So now I'm really getting serious, and can't wait to graduate myself up to the big iron and start flying 737s and 747s and all that kind of stuff. That's really the thing that I really enjoy doing the most is flying airliners. But I really like those private jets too. Like Katie flies that Cessna, the Citation jet, and I might end up flying that as well. But that's where my focus is going to be: jets, private jets, and commercial jets. That's what I really like to do. And then I'll dabble with some twin engine, general aviation, twin prop, just to, you know, just to keep the variety, because there's some cool twin prop planes out there that I like to do. So I don't want to ignore that. But my dream has always been flying airliners and whatnot. So that's where my focus is going to be whenever you see me doing this, and when you see me flying. And I want to get into, like I said, I want to fly live. I want to fly with VATSIM. I want to start learning how to talk to ATC and and do all the procedures and do all that. And I'm missing out. I've been watching these guys for years and years and years, and I'm sitting there on my butt, and I'm like, all right, that's it. I really got to jump in. So this is finally going to make me do it. That's it. Dinner time. I'm going to go cook. I'm going to go chill. And I'll come back and mess with all this later. Happy day with my Alpha and Bravo stuff is out of the box finally. And we are doing it. And so... Okay, take care, everybody. I will see you next week. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll stream sometime during the week next week when I'm... Oh, actually, I am going to be working from home on Tuesday. I got a guy coming to fix some drywall that's messed up in my house here. So I might be able to sneak out of work a little bit early. Well, I can just get off work and then immediately. So maybe a Tuesday night stream. How about that? Maybe a Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening stream. As soon as I get off work, boom, go right into this and fly a little bit. I did a week of Apache. I said I was going to do a week of Apache and a week of Tomcat and go back and forth. I might go back on that and then start doing more Apache for this week, and then maybe next week get back into the F-14. That's in DCS. But now I've got lots and lots of controls. I've got my Thrustmasters, stick and throttle. I got my honeycombs. So I'm gonna leave the honeycombs connected because I want to get back into this later tonight and mess around with it just a little bit. But I got to take it all off to play games tomorrow with my buddies, and it's going to be hard to do the keyboard. I mean, I can show you a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. See where there's my keyboard, and it's sitting on top of the Alpha and Bravo. And this makes it very hard to work normal. So I got to take all this stuff down when I'm totally not going to be using it. So I got to take this off tonight before I go to bed and get up tomorrow morning. And we have a morning session where we play some tabletop simulator for a couple of hours, from like 9 o'clock my time, 9 to about 11. Formula 1 and then NASCAR, but also going to a friend's house tomorrow early evening for a get together. I haven't been over to their house in like a couple of years, and they invited me, so I'm gonna go. So I have to tape Talladega and then watch it later. So a lot of stuff is going on tomorrow, so I'm gonna be busy, so I'm not gonna be able to stream or anything. So anyway, once again, I'm babbling on. Take care, everybody. I'm gonna end the stream. Take care. See you later. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Katie, for helping me out. I will talk to you during the night, and tomorrow I'll chat with you on Discord, and I'll see you all guys later. Let me get to my stream ended, and take care, everybody. Bye.